Hello and welcome to another stream of the Dark Pictures Medan, doing my Curator's Cut playthrough as part of Rod-Legion-Ween for 2024. Hey there, Anemone. Good morning. Hey, Lucas. Good morning. Or afternoon. Or good evening. Whichever the case may be. Hey there, Saint. You're the first person. No, there was some before you. That is true. But that's all good. Hey there, Sona. Welcome on in. A wild rod appears. Absolutely. All I know is this little band character comes out of thin air in the middle of a goddamn alley while his buddies are flying around on wires, cutting everybody to shreds, and he just stands there, waiting for me to drive my truck straight through him with light coming out of his mouth. Thank you, Mr. Gote, for redeeming that from Big Trouble in Little China.
Alright, let's go. Buck up, you motherfucker, come on. Come on! Alright, buck up. Buck it up, B-boy. Alright, beat it up, E. Alright, let's do this.
Okay, so that's where we're up to. We got up to that in the last stream, and so it just replayed that part again. Stan, the curator's cute, good to know. I'm not sure, Stan. Is he? I don't know. Mr. Gote, no worries, man. No problem at all. Hey there, Babs. Good evening. Welcome on in. It's going great. I started this game yesterday, and playing this version where there's a whole different sort of like you play as different characters at points that you don't normally play them as, and all that kind of stuff. Guard duty, location, hold 3A, date, 5-2. Duty officer, Carter Watts. Okay, not going to read all of that, but strictly no unauthorized entry to guarded areas. Do not leave post until you are relieved by oncoming watchstander. Yeah, Babs, I've never played this version of the game before, so it's been cool. There's also parts where normally you would play as a character in a certain situation and you get to choose what they say. But because they show you the other characters in a different spot and let you play as them this time around, the choice that the other characters would make based on your decision ends up getting made automatically. So it's cool to see what the game considers to be quote-unquote canon choice for the characters to say. Hey there, Brutus. Welcome on in.
Who's there? This can't be good. This is Julia's. They were here. Okay. They were here. Nope.
Sona, they're currently renovating the house and tore out all the carpet upstairs and moved your Starlink to a junk location, so you had to switch rooms and deal with a laggy location. That really sucks that you have to do that, Sona. Like, so annoying when things like that happen. Manchurian Gold.
Holy shit on a shamrock. What happened here?
So no, it was a double whammy, I'll say. Hey there, nah, bro. Must have been the wind. That's what killed these people here. It was the wind. They destroyed themselves. Saint, compose yourself, number 6. Stay calm. U.S. General Infantry, 14th Division. I know, right? Nah, bro, that wind is brutal.
Hello? Oh, hell. Great. Perfect. Wonderful.
I haven't seen, no. No, I haven't seen that movie, The Prisoner, 1967. You can recommend it? Yeah, never actually seen it.
Oh. Fuck this place. What? That's not...
Okay, that was weird what it showed there with the bearings. It's so funny when you play a game and there's a glitch that actually shows you whatever the coding might have been, or whatever they might have used as a placeholder for what the thing was before they finalized what to call it. I think that's what happened there. It's actually a British short TV series, not a film, with 15 episodes, you believe. Oh yeah, because there's some movies and shows too that I hear about but never actually have seen. So if you like zombie horror movies, The Train to Busan from 2016 is an excellent choice. Still haven't seen that one. Yeah, I've definitely heard good things about that one over the years. I think they did a sequel or something too. So we have the ships in the night category for the bearings. Fliss found the knife in the cargo hold. Brad found the gas mask in the locker.
Give me a fucking break. Ah.
that on purpose. So you watched it after the
Skeletons?
You watched it after the pandemic.
Skin, guys. Where'd all the skin go?
You watched it after the pandemic and wasn't put off by the gore since it was monster-made, not human. That's definitely fair enough as well. So in a certain QTEs are the bane of your existence. Yeah, sometimes those ones can be tough. That one I wanted to fail on purpose, though, to see what the outcome was going to be. Because not all failures of QTEs lead to, like, instant death or anything in these games. They sometimes give you a bit of leeway at certain points. There definitely are points where if you fuck up once, you're dead, but not every instance. Ships in the Night has been updated again. Brad found the spanner above the cargo hold.
Some sort of altercation.
Internal memorandum to First Officer Fisher. Sir, you asked to be kept informed of the radio situation. We attempted outgoing messages at the following times, with no response. We were able to pick up indirect messaging traffic until 014... Sorry, 0140... I don't know how to read military time properly, or to say it. However, there has been no further incoming messages tracked at all since that time. It is possible that our radio equipment is faulty. I'm investigating and expect to be able to report back to you by 0300 hours. Private Cooper.
Who's that? Who's there? Get away!
Yes, Saint. Special message, sir. Read it ASAP. I don't have any particular thing that I want to try and do.
No, I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing this.
With the Curator's cut, I'm kind of just treating it like I did my very first playthrough, where I was just, choosing whatever and whatever I was thinking at the time. I can't remember what I was thinking at the time when I first played it, as in like, I want to make sure this happens or that happens, and don't do this and do that. I didn't have anything like that. I was just playing the game, and whatever naturally happened. So I'm trying to take that approach with this Curator's cut version.
You're not supposed to be out here. I'm not supposed to see this.
Oh, okay, I've just circled back around to where I was before. Okay. So no military time, if there is a 0 as the first number, it's usually ignored and stated as the corresponding numbers. Oh, okay, Sona, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when it's like 0300, I know how to say that, but when it's like 0651, I'm like, is it 651, 651, 651?
Alex? Julia? Oh, fuck no. That's not good. Fliss? Where have you been? Oh, hey, whoa. What are you doing? What's wrong? What the fuck are you doing? Fliss, stop! My God, Fliss, stop, please! Fliss, it's okay. Just put the knife down. Fliss!
So that was interesting there, because if you're playing the original cut of the game, you are playing as Fliss, and you get to decide whether or not you attack. Or at least, I think so, or maybe this part that I just saw now is added for the Curator's cut for Brad's side of things as well. Now that I think about it, could be that too. Ships in the night. Later, Brad met Fliss, who attacked him with a knife. He avoided the attack, and Fliss ran away. So in the hospital setting, doctors tend to use their own jargon. So long as all numbers are stated in the correct order, then it's classified as military time. Well, that's definitely fair enough when they're in their actual, when they're supposed to be. Hey there, Wicked. This game has 2002 Ghost Ship movie vibes. I never actually saw that movie, but I remember the studio behind that, Dark Castle. They had also done the remakes of House on Haunted Hill and 13 Ghosts, and that was a remake too, I think, as well, Ghost Ship. And then they did another movie called Gothica with Halle Berry, and then they did that movie, The Reaping, with Hilary Swank as well. But I don't know any other ones they might have done though. But yeah, I never saw that one, but I didn't mind some of their remakes. I thought they were pretty good.
Fliss, it's okay. Just put the knife down. Fliss?
What? You okay?
Thanks. I could have drowned. We gotta get away. He's still around. That guy.
Fuck! Let's go!
Interesting in the Curator's cut. Saint Hilary Swank. That's right, yep, she was in The Reaping. Stand English be like, this is 0, but we call it O in phone numbers. Nil in football, love in tennis, duck in cricket, naught in floating point numbers, null when it means nothing. Good point, Stan. British, you liked Gothica. Oh, that's good. I never actually got to see that one, though. Stan, so when do we call it 0? No, we don't. Yeah. Saint Hooks when? Don't know. So when do they call mathematics the universal language? Yeah, I'm not very fluent in that language, I can tell you. So what's interesting in the Curator's cut is with Alex and Julia, they're in the water. Julia sees Alex as this kind of like deformed clone of Alex, and it's actually supposed to be, I think, Olsen, who is one of the pirates. But what's curious in the Curator's cut is it goes straight to the point where they fall in the water, and the other guy, I can't remember the character's name, but the other pirate attacks, and Alex fights him off in this version, and Julia then, when she gets pulled out of the water, she had been seeing Alex as this weird clone thing. And Olsen, when he came out of the water in the Curator's cut, they make him look very different to how he looks in the original version. Whereas in the original version, he's kind of almost like a one-to-one copy of Alex, and he has a very weird, like when his eye looks up. And I noticed that in the Curator's cut, they changed his face, and same with the other guy. So this version makes it that the clone that you see in the other version of the story in that moment was actually the other two pirates. Wicked, you liked math, but then it hooked up with alphabet. Did not like that relationship. Oh, that's definitely fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I've always been better with words than numbers. No worries, Sona. Thanks for leaving the lurk. Hey there, Mazzy. How's things?
Oh. Okay.
Do you feel like paying top dollar now? You get these guys, they're not cream of the crop. They're taking them a little too far. You know, you get my drift? So if you want to feel free to pull the old plug, get rid of these guys, I'm with you.
Conrad! Conrad, hey! It's me! You're as white as a sheet, man! What are you doing?
What was that?
Conrad! Conrad! Well, that's no good. Whatever's wrong with him, it is not a good sign. Conrad. Hey, it's me. Hey, man, it's me. It's Bradley. It's okay.
There's the Curator.
Come on. Conrad! It's me! It's Brad! Let me in, man! Let me in! Come on! Hey! Stop! Conrad! Come on, man! Stop! Dude, you gotta stop. It's crazy. Ah!
Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Why is it so slow? Game? That was a glitch. Didn't come up with a prompt until after the point where it was failed.
Hey, it's Brad. It's okay. It's okay. Conrad? Dude, come on! It's me! It's Brad! Brad? What are you doing up here?
Oh fuck indeed. That was so annoying. When it went really slow, I was wondering what was going on. At first I thought, okay, it's doing it for dramatic effect. And then it just kept on going slowly. And I'm like, what is this? And then it cuts to Brad losing grip, and the prompt failed, and it's like, oh, it was a glitch. So that glitched out there. The prompt was supposed to appear when it started to go in slow motion, and then you press it. But because it glitched, it didn't put the prompt up until after the moment that it was too late to press it. But then it threw up another prompt, thankfully. So yeah, I was actually curious how this would go, because in the original version, it's Fliss who is actually going after Conrad, and Conrad is seeing her as this monster, when it's actually not. It's Fliss. So in this version of the story, it's actually Brad who is chasing Conrad and trying to calm him down, and Conrad thinks that Brad is a monster. So I was very curious how that was going to turn out, because if you're playing as Conrad in the original version, if you choose to not jump, then you'll be fine. But in this version, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, so it was kind of like a bit neck and neck there. So that's why I chose the options to be not aggressive towards him and be more sort of like, quieter and stuff like that. Mazzy, doing good here. How about you? Love the run, just joined in. Well, that's excellent, Mazzy. It's good to see you in chat again. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good and that you're enjoying the playthrough as well. I'm doing well. I'm having a good one. Stan, what's Curator's cut exactly? So it's the same overall story, but you get to play as characters that you don't play as in certain points. So, for example, in the original version, Julia and Alex go diving to the underwater wreck and investigate it. And the game stays with you as those characters for that whole part. And then there's some commotion that's happening above the water on the boat, where Julia's brother and the captain Fliss are. And so you get to decide whether or not you listen to Alex telling Julia to actually stay and decompress before rising up to the surface too quickly. But in the Curator's cut, you play as Alex and Julia for a little bit of them underwater, but then it cuts to Fliss and Conrad on the boat, and you basically get to see what caused all the commotion, which was basically the barbecue catching on fire and stuff. And so when Alex and Julia come up to the surface, they wonder what's going on, and in the Curator's cut, Alex has actually proposed to Julia, whereas you have to decide to do that yourself in the original version. So it does that kind of stuff with the game, and it also lets you see what other characters might have been seeing at the time as well. Saying mio Dio. A lot of those moments in that part, that's for sure. It really is, Stan. I think it's kind of cool that they did that. There's also the Curator's cut for the other games in the Dark Pictures series as well. So I thought I would finally play the Curator's cut for one of them, and here we are. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this. It's been good to see the differences, and also to see what the game, from this perspective, considers to be the canon choices by the other characters. Stan, can you play chapters individually? I can't remember in this if you can after the game's finished. I don't think you can do it as you go through the game, but I'm not 100% sure on that because I haven't really bothered. That would make the Curator's cut even more enjoyable. Absolutely, yeah. It also keeps it a bit fresh as well. Like, I love playing this game, and the Dark Pictures games in general. So every playthrough, I can find something different to do. But it's really good to do a version of the game that feels really fresh as well, in the sense of things that I haven't seen and all that kind of stuff.
Sis, what's up?
Out of the way! Whoa!
Come on, we gotta get somewhere safe.
Here?
We're good, I think.
Saying who will and who won't. Find out. Could be a bit like that. Stan, you're so bad at QTEs, you don't know how many times you died to wolves in AC3. And when you switch consoles, it's like game tells you to press X. You're pressing X, but you're holding the PlayStation controller, not Xbox. I've definitely been there too as well, Stan. And then you get the thing too, like with the PlayStation version of this game, where the buttons, because the buttons on the controller aren't colored, it means that the prompts on the screen aren't colored as well. Whereas on the Xbox version, the buttons on the screen come up as the color that the button is, you know. And so that was a bit difficult for me to get used to when I first started playing these games on the PlayStation, was getting used to seeing the buttons as just the shape, like, you know, the X or the square or the circle or the triangle, not, you know, instinctually knowing based on the color and where the color was on the button, you know. The kitchen knife. Alex didn't find anything of use in the kitchen. Alex and Julia were able to escape from Olsen.
Oh, hello. Things appear to have taken a turn towards the spiritual, wouldn't you say? Have you figured out what's going on? How to stop it? How to save the lives of your poor, unfortunate stowaways? You will, I hope. Although it seems the ship's previous occupants never managed to. Quite a lot of deaths that night. Let me help you out. Give you a little hint.
Sure, why not?
Well then, how can I put this? There may be forces at play here that are more scientific, and even some that are more political, you know? Less supernatural. Perhaps you've started to realize something. That everything and everyone may not be quite what they appear to be. I hope that helps. Well, aren't you excited to find out what your poor unfortunates are making of all this, and how you might avoid any more unnecessary tragedy? Go on, back to it. Speak soon.
It's funny he says that, because no one's died yet in this playthrough. Oh yeah, Mezzy, that's all good. Thank you for leaving the lurk.
Hey, is everything okay? What are you talking about? Back in the cargo hold, you know, you ran out screaming your head off. What? Are you okay? Yeah. Perfect.
What the fuck is going on with this ship? Because I gotta be honest, it feels like there's some like evil, like literal evil going on down there.
Let's just stay calm and relatively sane about this, okay?
The stuff I saw, it's like there were these old soldiers. They were bodies, they were dead, but then they came alive and...
That doesn't sound that crazy right about now.
I saw something. This old lady. I mean, she was batshit crazy, like dinosaur old.
Alex wasn't the only Alex.
What are you talking about?
There were things walking around with his face on them. Alex's face. It was horrifying.
Thank you so much, Mazzy, as well.
Julia, I'd never hurt you. You know that, right?
No, I know. It's just...
Let's time out, okay? This place is too fucked up to just be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, something is going on here. So what do we know for sure that we can all agree on?
That gold should be around you, right? Anybody catch a glimpse of it?
If there was gold here, we would have seen it by now.
Okay, that still doesn't explain anything. What do you think actually happened on this ship?
Haven't got a clue.
Looked like the newspaper was from 1947. I found a logbook belonging to one of the crew. Sounds like the ship went through a real rager for storm.
Nice glitch there, Conrad.
There's some unnatural shit going on here. It is un-super freaking natural.
It's like this place is stuck in a perpetual bad feeling machine.
Anyone figure out what happened to all the sailors? Did they catch a rescue boat or something?
You can smell death everywhere. It's like a tomb.
So where'd all the corpses come from?
They actually look like they've been scared to death.
We know more than we did before. That's something at least.
We're wasting time. Whatever we do, we have to do it now.
Time to get off this ship.
We're not going anywhere without the distributor cap. The Duke needs it to run.
Hold on. This ship's gotta have a radio. If we can find it and use it,
That's great, but do you think it still works?
just need to find a way up there. We gotta get off this damn ship.
No shit. I think we're, speaking clinically, totally effed.
I just realized something. This could possibly end up being like a really short stream to finish the game off, because usually this game, it's one of those things where it doesn't take too long. But with this Curator's Cut version, because I've been more curious about stuff, I've stopped to read stuff and check stuff out as well. Especially when it comes to playing as a character that you don't normally play as at that point in the story in the original version and all that kind of thing. But this stream definitely won't be like 3 or 4 hours, I can tell you that now. Which means I definitely will be starting Little Hope today, once this is finished.
Well, these are ruined. Can't use them.
Find a way up?
Sadly, no, but I'll keep my eyes open. Hey! Over here, help me out!
I think this is our way up. Give me a lift. I'll pull you up.
Nice one, Saint. Tom Raiden. I just imagine this guy named Tom who raids tombs while wearing Raiden's outfit from Mortal Kombat.
Hey, come here. Here's a way through.
This looks like the place I was with Connor.
Huh. I thought it looked familiar.
The last entry, according to this, they ran into one hell of a storm.
A swell from the wheat waves 20 feet. No damage reported. PM weather continues to deteriorate, as does forecast. Crew bearing up. AM wind at storm force. Gaining strength. Weather is exceptional with several lightning strikes hitting OM, but causing no sustained damage. We are leaking some water, but is under control. Navigator port C. Bed depth. Readable. Operational logs for SS Urang. AM sea going down, noon thick fog, PM increasing head, PM AM 7:30 fog very thick, midnight PM dense fog continues. AM wind, huh? Must have been the wind.
Find a radio yet?
No, but there's gotta be a radio on this ship. There has to be.
I'm not exactly confident about our chances of survival at this point.
Something's wrong here. If you were headed to San Francisco, you'd be crazy to take this route.
It's almost like they didn't want anyone to know they were coming.
Nautical chart. A map showing the origin and destination of the ship. It was sailing from the Republic of China to San Francisco. Bearings. Military bandwidth. Fliss found a captain's hat with the name ending in G and then Medan after it. Fliss found a logbook with the name Orang and then a word beginning with M.
Blown off course, bad cloud cover, but they couldn't get a read on their bearings.
Notes, United States Department of the Navy, 22nd of June. Heavy storm blown off course. Report of Hold 2 flooded. Excessive lightning strikes. Adrift in shallow waters, location unknown. Seabed depth believed uncharted, unable to establish depth. Search for crew member overboard commenced. Search called off. Heavy cloud cover, as yet unable to establish location.
Oh, dear God. He died trying to get an SOS out.
Radio operations. Mayday call broadcast. Radio contact intermittent. Attempted Morse SOS. Many crew dead.
This must have been horrible.
I die. Don't we all?
Hey, here.
No freaking way. This thing actually still works?
All right, there goes nothing.
Saint, you heard a debate? What was the debate about?
Good old shortwave radio. It's a number station.
8, 52, 186, 49, 32.
Military bandit.
Let's ask them for help.
Come in, please. Do you read us? Over. Okay. At least there's someone listening. The signal's in and out, though. If you can hear me, we're on board an abandoned freighter. 12 degrees, 30 minutes south. 151 degrees, 20 minutes west. Over.
Please repeat. Please repeat. Over.
Mayday, mayday, this is an SOS. Over. Come in, over. Come in, please, anyone. Come in, over. Come on!
Yo, guys, check it out.
Hey, look at this. This has got to lead somewhere. Maybe we can find a way to get the power back.
We need to get that radio working.
I think someone should wait here in case a message comes through.
I gotta be honest. I don't think I'm gonna make it down there in my shape.
I'll go, obviously.
I can do this. I should be the one to go.
Hey, little bro.
What's up?
I'm thinking you might deserve a promotion. How's medium bro sound?
What are you talking about?
You stepped up to the plate. Put yourself right in the line of fire.
You're kind of mixing metaphors there.
Not if the picture's a machine gun. I'm impressed. Seriously.
So what do you think?
Hey, if you're sure you're up for it, I believe you got it, bro.
I'm coming too.
Hey, what? Julia, no.
You're not always gonna be there to protect, big guy. I can handle this. Trust me.
Whoa, whoa. If Julia says she can handle it, she can handle it. Case closed.
Okay, Julia. It's you and I.
I'm curious now how this is going to end. Because I know what's coming up for Julia and Brad. Alright, so there's a reason I didn't choose to say the name of the ship, because if you choose to say the name of the ship that you're on, it doesn't matter if you've made everyone survive, they'll all get shot dead by the military when they show up. Fliss found a captain's hat with the name ending in G and then Medan after it. Fliss found a logbook with the name Orang and then a word beginning with M. The group discovered a radio and made contact with a military station. They gave their coordinates. The distributor cap. Brad and Julia went down the hole in the radio room. So in the original version of the story, when Julia and Brad go down into the hole in the radio room, they eventually come across Junior, who is one of the other pirates, and he's been hallucinating and stuff. Now, if you have the rebreather, if you pick the rebreather up, and also you make the right decisions when you confront Junior, you'll then be able to stop him from hallucinating. But if you do things wrong, the characters can get killed. Julia can get killed. So I'm wondering, in the Curator's cut, since I was playing as Fliss this time around at that point, and I chose to choose that dialogue, which, by the way, is what Fliss automatically says in the other version of the story. But because I chose to stick with the dialogue that she says in the other version of the story, I think I may have actually made it so that these characters die. However, I don't know that yet, because the Curator's cut at certain points will decide what the characters will actually choose. Whereas in the other version, you get to choose as those characters whatever choice you want to go with. So I'll be curious to see on this Curator's cut whether or not it automatically makes it that Julia's going to die because Fliss was... because I chose Fliss to say, you know, the line that she says in the other version. Never mind. We play as Julia in this version as well at this point.
Any broken bones? Everything still work?
Everyone okay?
We're okay.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna have to find the generator. If we can get it started, we can power up the radio.
Okay, we'll wait here by the radio. Here.
Hey.
After you.
Guessing these are the lower levels of the ship.
Saint, the degenerative effects of seed-based oils on consumer goods. Okay. Well, I'd be useless in that debate because I know nothing about it. So I wouldn't be able to be on either side of the debate in that one. Medical Officer's Report. Minutes of meeting between Scientist X, CWO Walter Bishop and CWO Tom Palmer, with Sergeant Peter Wood observing and X for meeting with our team and says we can mutually learn. For the same thing, the Western world must be protected from. The United States has been aware of certain agencies investigating the chemical and biological agents in warfare. Our act, limited by the Geneva Protocol, have experiments we are unable to. Describes an investigation during to test the effects on human subjects of the molecule crystal structure hallucinogens codenamed Manchurian Gold, chemical munitions, battle. It was, even relatively minor, observed to trigger significant hallucinations. Men, highly convincing. Subjects seeing and hearing things that really were not there. Even The danger was manifold and in its intensity. So there we go. Spoiler alert. Manchurian gold is not actually gold. It's the code name for the actual chemical that ended up leaking throughout the whole ship way back in the day. And it's this same chemical that has made everyone who come in contact with it hallucinate that they're seeing all this weird shit and hearing all this weird shit.
So I guess there was a fight or something? Dude named Charlie ended up in the brig.
In that Private Charles Anderson, on leave from duty, did display intoxication in a manner not becoming of a member of the U.S. Army. Private Anderson was engaging with another soldier in a drunken argument. It is the opinion of the arresting officer that this would lead to a public brawl, and steps were taken to ensure that both men were returned to their ship. So we actually read this before at the start of the playthrough in the prologue, back in this time period that this document was made. And in the original version of this game's story, when you start the game, when it goes to the ship, you're actually playing as Charlie. Sorry, in the original version, in the prologue, when you get back to the ship, you are playing as Joe. Whereas in this Curator's cut, you actually play that part first as Charles. Or Charlie.
10 days. That's quite a stint for a little fight.
Not going to reread that
Someone
again.
named Joe was in sickbay.
Already read that at the start of the playthrough.
I wish I could actually, enjoy this.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, in any other circumstance, this place would be the coolest place to explore, like ever.
I'm gonna say no. Not at all.
Says the girl who couldn't wait to dive a wreck.
Shut up. Oh, barf.
Patient named John Patterson, rank private, born Rowlett, Texas, date February 24, 1922. Enlisted or appointed, Garland, Texas, date March 2, 1941. Total service, Army, 3 years, 5 months. History of case, diagnosis, mild neurosis. Disability, is not the result of his own misconduct and was incurred in the line of duty. Existed prior to enlistment? No. Present condition? Fit for service. Probable future duration? Temporary. Recommendation? That he be closely monitored and referred back for medical checking in 1 week. Facts are as follows. I saw Private Patterson today who attended sickbay. During that visit I observed signs of severe distress consistent with the evidence of panic I observed in the same soldier during his watch duty earlier this week. I requested Patterson see me today as I believe his panic to be accompanied by vivid and disturbing memories. In the past, he has managed to continue his duties as symptoms appear to alleviate after his guard shift. He claims these symptoms are very unusual for him. Private Patterson is fit and healthy young man of 25 years with no known medical conditions and an exemplary military career. He was able to calm down during the course of our meeting, and tests for speech, reactions, memory and decision making all appear normal. Clear case of COSR. This is the room that Joe in the prologue wakes up in.
Maybe this was somebody's son from on board?
Sure was. That's Joe's son. who looks like Michael Cera.
Hey. Look at this.
Looks like the engine room.
Good place to find the generator, right?
The ladder's broken off here. I think I can just...
Wait! Are you okay?
Yeah, all good. Just come down. Oh, God.
What's up?
That, it was... Wait, didn't you see it?
Hello?
Okay, so I'm seeing things, but you're not. Okay, so follow my thinking here. We know this ship was carrying Manchurian gold, which was actually some kind of dangerous chemical, right? And there's this, like, weird fog everywhere, all over the place. Maybe that's the Manchurian gold. And maybe it's fucking us all up, like in the head, you know? I mean, I definitely saw some crazy shit that I could have sworn was real, but maybe it wasn't.
We know the crew were scared shitless of something.
None of it happened. None of it was real. It was just a hallucination.
This couldn't have anything to do with the plane wreck we dived.
I mean, maybe there was a connection? Maybe they made contact? It's a theory, I guess.
Oh, God. All right, let's get going.
Van Linden Engine Works, Rotterdam, Netherlands. Diesel engine number 1734, year 1920. Type L87C-SE. Sona black with glasses and smart.
You know what I miss right now?
Dry clothes?
Yeah.
Engine room telegraph log. 2/3 ahead bell acknowledged. Engine speed adjusted. Stand ahead bell acknowledged. Engine set to standard speed. Lieutenant Young reported to relieve me of watch duty. I relayed engine running at standard speed with no special or standing orders from bridge or chief engineer and no maintenance or hazard issues in engine room. I found Lieutenant Young to be of a sober and compos mentis disposition to hand over watch at 2400. Signed, J.G. Phillips. Relieved Lieutenant J.G. Phillips of watch at 0000 hours, inspected engine room for abnormalities, performed equipment and machinery checks prior to watch, no faults found. Previous log entries examined, currently standard speed engine, no new bridge orders. Full ahead, bell acknowledged, full speed ahead. Flank ahead, flank bell acknowledged, engine adjusted to maximum speed. Standing order from Chief Engineer, cut engine room power from all non-essential lighting and machinery. Chief Engineer entered engine room for emergency inspection.
Ship was anchored according to this.
Stop bell acknowledged, cut engine power. Order received to anchor in shallow water.
I got it.
Yes! This thing still works. Yeah, this is definitely what we're looking for. No wonder the power keeps cutting out. Just throw the switch, and let's get back upstairs.
Okay, let's get back upstairs. There's gotta be another way up.
We lost power, but we have it back. Can you hear me? Over.
Please state your situation. Over.
We need help now. There are things on the ship that are trying to hurt us. Over.
A recovery mission is being prepped. Please say what sort of vessel you're on. Over.
We're on this like old freighter. We think the name of it is the Medan.
Please repeat. Please repeat.
Come on, work them in.
Alright, Alex has sealed their fate. They're all going to die now. Okay, so even if you, in this version, as Fliss, choose not to mention the man of Medan thing, automatically Alex will mention it in this moment. So yeah, they're all going to die, which is fine. I didn't really have any sort of like outcome in mind, but when I got to the point where it was like, do I mention the name of the ship or not? I went, I'll go not. But I think Julia's going to die anyway, because earlier in the Curator's cut, the choice to decompress or not is out of your hands as the player, whereas in the other version of the story, it is in your hands. And the game automatically chose in this Curator's cut for Julia not to decompress, which means she's going to get the bends, which means she would have died anyway, because after the credit sequence is finished, she gets killed by the bends if you don't decompress. So yeah, thank you, Alex. You've just sealed your guy's fate. Code 8 brains in the wall. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of, blood and guts and everything. But yeah, so there we go. Fliss found a captain's hat with the name ending in G and then Medan after it. Now, granted, if I hadn't have actually looked at items that did have it, then Alex wouldn't have mentioned the name of the ship. So, looking at it now with hindsight, I still put in motion the fact that that would be the outcome. But I didn't know because I've never played the Curator's Cut before. Like, I knew what happens if you mention the name, but I mean to say I didn't know that in the Curator's Cut, if I collected the equipment and also didn't say the name of the ship, that the game would still automatically choose for the name of the ship to be said to the people, which then means that when they show up, they're going to kill everyone. Fliss found a logbook with the name Orang and then a word beginning with M. The group discovered a radio and made contact with a military station. They gave their coordinates. When power was restored, the radio came back to life. Alex revealed the name of the ship. Alex revealed the name of the ship was Orang Medan. Now, granted, the characters can still die before that point, but if I get them to survive up until the point where the military arrive, they'll die when the military shoot them all.
Look at this.
Oh, hey. It's the rebreather. The fisherman must have brought it over from the Duke of Milan.
You think it still works?
Looks like it's got a little juice left. Maybe a couple of minutes. Should we bring it with us? I mean, it's heavy.
Hell yeah, we should. Half the boat is submerged.
Salaud! Je sais ce que t'essaies de faire! De quoi tu parles? Tu veux me tuer? Hein? Mais c'est moi qui veux te tuer! Dis-moi seulement où est ce putain d'or!
T'as perdu la tête! Ou quoi? Non! Je t'en prie! Non!
Je t'ai dit de la fermer, sale menteur! Ferme ta gueule de merde! Tu dis n'importe quoi! Tout ce que tu racontes, c'est des conneries! Alors, ferme ta sale gueule de merde!
Écoute. Écoute-moi. Non. Fais pas ça. Ta gueule. Ah!
Je t'avais dit de fermer ta gueule!
Internal memorandum, top secret, FAO.
We've got to split.
We gotta run, now.
Holy shit.
There's no use hiding, you little foot. What's the problem with sharing all that gold, eh? There must be plenty of that to go around, more than enough. And we're all in this together, right? Trying to cut me out of the deal?
That's my favorite line from Olsen.
You can't have all the gold. And I'm to be left here to die. But I am the captain. I am in control. And I am the one that says who goes and who stays.
He's breathing down our necks. Please tell me you have an escape plan.
We can't risk moving yet. Just need to watch and wait for an opening.
The smug Americans have smashed their way into a foreign land and come up short. The generators are all. The gold is mine, and now I'm the one who gets to smash. Me! With my big fucking hammer!
I don't know why it went down for Julia there. Oh, because I decided to wait. Yeah, because Brad wanted to wait, but Julia didn't, I think. Is why it went down.
Lock it! Oh my god, lock it! Are we safe? Please tell me we're safe.
Oh. Yeah, totally. I mean, these doors were meant to withstand all sorts of stuff.
Code, better watch out. Your executioner is coming to town. That is so true. Okay, so we have the Bearings Jr. Brett and Julia found the rebreather and decided to take it with them. Ah, okay. So Julia decided to hide from Olsen. Ah, I get it now. But then Brad said, not wait until it's the right moment. I guess the right moment was when it came up with the option to hide or run. Anyway.
Okay. None of you move. None of you go all changing on me now. Turn around. Slow. Real slow.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Not changing. None of that. Raise your hands up. Slow. No. Not like that. I said no changing.
Please, we've got no problem with you. We just want to get out of here. Please.
I'm sorry, but if you're breathing, then you don't got much of a choice in the matter. You don't got a say. Not again! It's all gone changing on me!
What? What's changing?
Stay away! Stay back from the mist!
What? There's no mist, man!
Don't breathe it! Don't breathe the mist!
Why can't we breathe the mist? What does it do?
It's life. Bringing things to life that shouldn't be alive. It's inside now. Inside with us, now.
Please just calm down.
Stop! Stop! It's in one of us, isn't it?
I haven't breathed any weird mist. Please, I promise.
Yeah, you breathed in the mist. It's happening. I can feel it.
Okay, all right, look, there was, something back there. Maybe a mist or a fog, maybe?
I knew it. I told you. Did you breathe it in?
No, look, we held our breath. We did not breathe any of that stuff.
Oh, really? I know you're all fancy divers, but you expect me to buy that? We've been down here for hours. You've been holding your breath this whole time. You're holding your breath right now.
Wait. We have a rebreather from our boat.
What?
We've been using it to get the mist out of us. You know, we could use it on you too, okay?
No. You keep that thing away from me. Oh, good. It's in me. I got the mist in me, don't I? It's in me, isn't it? I can feel it swirling around in there. It's changing me. On the inside.
We need the breathing gear. Yo, are you okay?
Alright, so that was pretty intense because I wasn't sure how it was going to go. Because in this scenario, you're usually playing as Brad in the original version of the story. You're not playing as Julia. And so you have to make decisions as Brad as to what to say. Because the game automatically chooses what Brad says, I was sort of wondering, my choices as Julia, what do I go with? So I wasn't sure if the choices I was making was going to end up in Junior killing himself, or him shooting Julia, or potentially Brad in the Curator's cut. So that was pretty intense for me. I was like, how's it going to go? The choice whether or not to actually rush at Junior is something that, as Brad, if you choose to do that, that initiates what we just saw now in the Curator's cut. But in this version of the story, because I'm playing as Julia at this point, I have no such say over whether or not Brad dives for Junior or not. So that ended up working well. Sona, that boat brings back childhood memories of commercial fishing with your dad. Oh, that's very cool, Sona. It's always cool when you get memories like that. Okay, so Brad and Julia found the rebreather and decided to take it with them. Julia subdued Junior with the rebreather.
Wait by the radio.
Why?
I'm gonna check the next level. There might be some more gear down there we can use. I'm not going far. Just wait by the radio.
I'm gonna hang back here as well.
Stay by the radio. We need someone to keep listening.
Aye, aye, Cap.
I saw the big guy. He had the distributor cap. Hey, let's go after him.
Over here.
This must have been what we just heard.
Oh no, what's that?
Doesn't matter. We need that distributor cap. Here! He had to have come this way.
Sonar, a rebreather works by taking in some of the CO2 from breathing out while keeping the O2 to circulate. The CO2 gets scrubbed and transformed into breathable air. Oh, very nice, Sonar. Yeah, like I knew what it was doing in basic terms but didn't know the specific technical stuff about it. So that's cool.
Crap. Look at that shit.
Think we can make it across?
Sure. What?
So no more of your useless video game knowledge and wanting to deep sea dive yourself. Hey, I mean, there's so many things that if you're someone that ends up in a situation where knowing that information is going to be beneficial, then it's definitely not useless, I mean, other people might consider it useless for them, but if you're someone that wants to specifically go into a situation where that kind of knowledge is, well, you're much better off knowing it than not knowing it, then that's a different story, of course, but...
I'm not gonna make this jump, Alex. I'll have to find another way around.
Diplomatic immunity. 21 USC 99128C2-U CC 3-3100. Name redacted. Under 21 U.S.C. 99128C2, I claim my rights under the provisions and rights of sovereignty and as a foreign legal person, diplomatic immunity from all prosecution from color of law, as described by the U.S. constitutional process. I agree that in return for the above surety, I will reveal knowledge gained from my employment at the water purification plant, and in good faith, I will not hold back information when questioned. I, name, redacted, declare this page and legal work to be factual and true. Manifest of Personal Effects, Consignment USAM 277-399. Upon examination of the caskets, I did remove personal effects and tag them ahead of delivery to authorities. List of items removed as follows. 2 off photo, assorted. 1 off receipt, 1 off pair of spectacles, 8 off coin, $quarter, 2 off pack of playing cards, 2 off pen, 1 off dog tag Brian Carter, 86472912. 1 off dog tag Marvin Cox, 81195-488. 1 off dog tag Jack Hawkins, 8764-0836. 1 off dog tag James Jones, 8619-3990. 1 off dog tag Harold Stone, 8612-1796. I declare that this record is accurate and true in accordance with U.S. Army protocol. Signed, Ralph Baker. Saint Diplomatic Immunity, eh? I wonder if he would have got that if he had actually survived. Professor N.B. Stenning, Department of Physics, Anderson State University. Dear General, on the rather prickly subject of Manchurian gold and how it could potentially be utilized in warfare, I recognize your urgency. Geopolitics moves with the times, and the situation could again become grave. The Western world defeated the Nazi invasion, but there are others just like Mr. Hitler waiting in the wings. It is my expert view that Manchurian gold is a true asset to our nation. It is something that we possess, yet our enemies and potential enemies do not. It is highly transportable and very powerful. We have witnessed its effect. Delivery of Manchurian gold to the target is the tricky part. We would not want to risk it being deployed anywhere near our own troops. In this sense, it is ideal as a weapon, as it can be delivered with pinpoint accuracy. It would undoubtedly be most effective in areas of dense enemy infantry, such as trenches and bunkhouses. These are my early views. Take them as you will. I look forward to meeting up in the near future to discuss more. Sona, bits or subs? I kind of feel awkward because I believe that if people want to follow or if they want to subscribe or give bits, then it's something that they themselves should actually do, not be something that I request or in any way, shape or form try to encourage, because I just feel like I want people to make their own decision. So whether or not you give me bits or subs or don't, I don't really mind, Sona. So, you know, I don't like being put in these positions where it's kind of like, you know, like I'm trying to ask for something when I'm not. So, like, if anyone wants to follow, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. If anyone wants to subscribe, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. You know, and all that kind of stuff. I don't mean to be rude, Sona. It's just that I just feel a bit awkward having that question posed to me. Saying, how did you come to speak such an Arnold accent? That's actually a good question. I can't really remember when I first started to try to do the impression properly. I think maybe I used to say some of his lines and stuff from his movies and things like that. And then I would sort of like try to say things that weren't from the movies as well. And so that was that. And then I can't remember now when I decided to make it a channel point redeem on the channel, but I did eventually, and yeah, that's sort of where it's gone from there. So no, thank you so very much for giving those gift subs. Congratulations, Toastia, Grail, Haggard, Mama Ara, and Elisa. Congratulations on getting those gift subs, and thank you for the gift subs. Sona, I appreciate that, thank you. Saying used to love Jean-Claude Van Damme, remember him? Absolutely. Yeah, I grew up watching a lot of his stuff as well. One of the early movies I saw of his was Bloodsport. I was probably like 9 or 10 watching that movie. And it was just, really, really, memorable. Plus I was, into Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat at the time too, as well. So that definitely helped. But yeah, I grew up watching a lot of his stuff. Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Double Impact, Hard Target, Time Cop, those sorts of things. Street Fighter even, I saw that at the movies when it came out. It wasn't a great movie, but in hindsight, it's a harmless video game adaptation. It's quite funny, actually. It's almost a bit like a parody as well. But yeah, I've always liked Jean-Claude Van Damme, Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I used to like Steven Seagal stuff, but that was just basically one or two. I was never really big into him though. I was definitely more of a fan of Van Damme, Stallone, and Arnie growing up. Predominantly, it was their movies that I watched in the action genre and stuff like that. Sona, understandable. Sorry for putting it on you. Well, that's definitely fair enough, Sona. I just wanted to let you know, and put that out there too, because, I really believe people should be able to decide for themselves if they want to do something, and while it is appreciated, whatever gets done, it's not expected. It's not like I'm sitting here expecting that every viewer has to become a follower, or that every follower has to become a subscriber, or that everyone watching has to, give bits and stuff. So I just rather keep it a thing where if people want to do those things, then that's great and that's fine. But if they don't want to, that's also great and fine as well. Saying Bloodsport, oh yeah. Yeah, like especially like when I got older and would watch the movie, I saw the really sort of like cool aspects that I didn't see as a kid growing up watching it. Because as a kid watching it was all just about, the fight stuff and all this kind of stuff. But then the things like the respect and stuff that he showed, and all that kind of stuff. But it is still a very cheesy movie, though. It's not like it's this high art masterpiece of martial arts or something. So no, those movies are bringing back memories. Well, that is really cool as well, But yeah, there's definitely a lot of movies that I grew up watching as a kid. Primarily, it was action stuff and adventure movies and animated stuff like Smurfs and Transformers and Ghostbusters and He-Man and all that kind of stuff. And it wasn't until I got to the age of around 12 when I started delving into liking horror movies and stuff. But it was probably when I was 14 that I really went into horror movie mode, watching all like the movies like Friday the 13th movies and all that kind of stuff. Whereas when I first saw A Nightmare on Elm Street as a 12-year-old, I was really fucking freaked out by that movie for weeks and weeks afterwards. Whenever I would even think about it, it would freak me out. And I've never been scared of anything in a horror movie or a video game since then. But I gradually warmed up and, watched the other Nightmare on Elm Street movies. But when I was 14, that's when I went in and watched the Halloweens and the Friday the 13ths and, all that kind of stuff. One of the first really gory movies I saw was Day of the Dead, which is actually my favorite George Romero zombie movie. So I saw that first. I actually saw them in reverse. I saw Day of the Dead first, then Dawn of the Dead, then Night of the Living Dead. And then it was ironic because I played the original Resident Evil trilogy in reverse order as well. I played RE3 first, then 2, and then 1. Saying Time Cop is a personal favorite. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was an interesting premise, too. Time travel exists, but there's a police force that has to police it. because criminals are using it to gain advantages. So they have to send someone in those time periods to deal with the criminals and stop them from committing crimes. You know, that sequel that they did with Jason Scott Lee, I haven't actually seen that one, but I hear that it's, you know, it's one of the, I mean, it's a B grade concept, you know, as well. So no, I see your point, but there have been some streamers who prefer one over the other. Oh yeah, I'm sure that there are, but I'm the kind of streamer that I don't feel like the requirement of the viewer is to do anything but what they want to do. So if they want to follow, then they can. If they don't want to, that's fine too, and all that kind of stuff. So I never really think about it, what do I prefer, bits or subs? Because that's not the type of streamer that I am. I prefer people make their own decisions and decide what they would like to do. So you must be some psychopath. You love watching monster horror movies growing up. Yeah. I mean, there's just different factors. Like, my parents weren't like, go out and watch all the violent and ultra, you know, gory movies you want, son. It wasn't like that. It was just something that when I got old enough to be able to make my own decisions on what I wanted to watch, that's when I was able to really, you know, watch stuff. But it was never any sort of like, oh, you know, you can't do this because this is against our religion or whatnot. It was just the way it is. You know, my parents probably thought that it was better to shield me from that kind of stuff for a certain amount of time, you know. But as time went on and the years went by, and as I got older, you know, turning 13 and 14 and 15 and 16, obviously, you know, I was watching a lot of stuff like that, and, you know, my parents didn't mind and stuff. But when I was 12, it was my friend whose parents didn't care about what movies that he watched, and by extension didn't care what movies I ended up watching. So that's how I ended up watching A Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 2 and 3, because we rented it, or they rented it, and I was staying over at their place on the weekend, so that's how I ended up seeing that. But I'd seen like violent stuff before in movies, but not all the movies. Like, for example, the version of The Running Man that I used to watch when I was about 7, 8, and 9, that was actually the store-bought VHS version, which was uncut. So there's a lot of stuff in that movie that I saw as a kid. Whereas I saw other movies like Commando on television. It was recorded off television, you know, and all that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, it's funny looking back. But yeah, my parents weren't super strict, like, you will never watch these movies in your whole life ever again, or at all. It was just like, you know, I was just at an age where they felt that watching those kind of ultra-violent and gory movies was not what they wanted me to watch. But that changed, you know, as I got older and stuff. Early teens, and then, you know, obviously by the late teens as well and stuff. But yeah, and my taste changed as well in terms of like what kinds of movies I would watch, because I never really used to like, growing up as a kid, drama movies or anything like that. But that changed as I got older. Movies from other countries, you know, that started to be something I wanted to watch when I got older as well. The Western genre, cowboy movies and stuff. Even though as a kid I liked animated shows like Lucky Luke, and I liked the video game Gunsmoke, and had like, you know, cowboys and Indians toys and all that kind of stuff, movie-wise, live action stuff, I wasn't really that interested in that kind of movie. But that changed after I saw Back to the Future Part 3, which goes back in time to 1885. And so that made me become interested in that genre. But yeah, it's just funny when you think back on your life growing up and the evolution of how things happened and things that you gravitated towards versus didn't, and then how your tastes changed, or you also incorporated other types of things that you didn't before, you know, things like that. Saying, indeed, oh yeah, you know, like The Exorcist, for example. I remember my parents, when I was about 12, telling me that I wasn't allowed to watch that movie until I turned 18. But a few years after that, I ended up watching it when I was about 15. But by then, I'd already started watching a lot of other horror movies. So when I watched The Exorcist, I didn't really think it was that good or scary at all. So It was like, oh, is this what it is? Then I read the book, which was a different experience because it was, reading the book at night, late at night, on my own with no one else in the house, and all that kind of stuff was, much more freakier to me. But then I watched the movie again after reading the book when I was about 15, and then I was like, oh, you know what? This movie is actually pretty good. Like, it didn't scare me, but I recognized the elements of it that were good as well. Sona, you were given and wanted to give back, and that's great, Sona. It's great that you have been, given things like that yourself, and you wanted to pass things on, and that's definitely fine. It's just that as a streamer, I don't have any preconceived notion of what I expected my viewers versus what I don't when it comes to things that are related to, following or subscribing and all that kind of stuff. It's why it's why I don't, in the streams, I don't at the end of the stream say, thank you so very much for watching, and those who haven't followed yet, please follow me or go here and da 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 da. I just personally don't like doing that, so I don't even do that kind of stuff. And I wouldn't even do that on videos where I was making a video and editing it. I would just put the video together and upload it, and if people follow, they follow. If they don't, they don't. I just prefer people to be able to exercise their free will and be like, you know what, I like this, so I'll give this a like. But if they don't like it and they give it a dislike, that's fine too,
It's okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fliss. Did I stab you? I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's not the first time. Gotcha.
I hate when that happens with your thumb. When you go to press one button, but you accidentally also press another at the same time. And that's what ended up happening there. When the X appeared, I went to press the X, but I accidentally pressed square at the same time. And the game was like, oh, you pressed square. But that still worked out well. Fliss didn't die from that. But I wasn't sure because when you're playing the original story, you're playing as you're playing as Alex in that part. And so it's up to you to decide whether or not you attack the hallucination that he's seeing or not. But in the Curator's cut, because we're playing as Fliss at this point, it gives you the ability to, try and dodge, and then the dialogue choice. So I'm just lucky there that that mistake with the button pressing didn't end up costing Fliss's life. But the unfortunate thing is, for all these characters, they're going to die anyway because the name of the ship was automatically mentioned by Alex when he was talking on the radio. So even though these characters are surviving these situations that they're in currently, they're not going to survive at the end. So, it's all for naught. But still, so the imagination is a powerful thing. Reading something and watching activate different parts of the brain. That's true, Sona, because like when you're watching a movie, someone else has decided upon what you're actually seeing, what you're hearing, and all that kind of stuff. And so you don't have to do much in the way of creating imagery in your mind about the story or whatnot. Whereas with a novel, because it's only text, you have to actually, use your imagination if you want to do that stuff. And because of that, you're internalizing it a lot more. And the thing about having read that novel is it gets in your head more, or it did for me, which is why it was more effective in novel form. But in terms of like the movie and stuff, I'm biased because I don't get scared. So when I judge a horror movie, I don't have that as an element to judge the movie with. That's why I have to judge it based on what is the atmosphere like? Do I like the story? Do I like the visuals? You know, is it really cool and creepy? Because to me, being creeped out and being afraid are completely different as well. Like, creeped out is like disgust, you know, whereas scared is like you're worried or you have like this response of wanting to close your eyes or not, or you know, or run off or something like that, which is not how I feel when I watch a horror. When I'm watching when I'm watching horror movies and playing horror games, I want to feel like I'm being immersed into the horror, you know. I like that. So that's what I want out of the experience, which is why I go more for atmosphere. If something reels me in with the atmosphere, then it doesn't need to scare me to be effective. It's just like, this is really cool. Like, I like movies where like you have an isolated location and it's very creepy and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, this is so good. You know, I like this stuff. Saint, your sister took you to see The Exorcist and she was no comfort. Guess you were both spooked. Popcorn was flying everywhere, I guess. Well, maybe not, you know, in an exaggerated way, like all your popcorn went everywhere, but that would have been quite the experience as well. The distributor cap. Brett and Julia went down the hall in the radio room. Alex was able to retrieve the distributor cap before the lift fell. I've always liked that bit of music.
All right. Let's try it. All right.
Okay, so they have survived the military, but is Julia going to die from the bends?
That fucker that took our boat, I thought there was gold. He wanted the gold. That's all this was about. Manchurian gold. Well, that turned out to be quite a bit different than we expected.
You know, I just keep going over it and over it, and it doesn't make any sense. You know, just, and I know what I saw. I just don't believe in whatever it was that I saw.
I saw Alex. It wasn't Alex. It was someone else. But they looked just like Alex, and he was sneering at me.
Fucking rich kids.
So, does anybody else feel like knocking back Frosty? This guy. Yeah.
Congratulations. All your charges are still breathing, and that's something, I suppose. Things became a little intense, but Alex kept his nerve. Well done, Alex. Well done, you. It's all about decisions, isn't it? Decisions made in a hurry, in a panic, made with the heart instead of the head, or vice versa. Sometimes those decisions take a long time to have repercussions. But there are repercussions. There are always repercussions. Till we meet again. Maybe in Little Hope, maybe somewhere else. But be certain, we will meet again. It's inevitable.
So no reading 1408 scared you so much more than watching the film adaptation? Yeah, that was actually quite an interesting story. I saw the movie first, and then I read the story by Stephen King. I like the movie. I think they did a great job at taking the short story and really adding a lot of stuff to it to fill out the movie. There's definitely a lot of really cool situations in the movie as well. But I also liked the book. That was really cool. Sona, from what you read about the Bens, it's a painful death. Yes, I don't think I would want to die that way. Yes, Saint, it was the wind all along. It wasn't the Manchurian gold. It was just the wind. Saint, so that was Mozart? Oh, very nice. Yeah. Yeah, there's some, like, I don't mind some classical music. Saint, are you the prisoner? Hey there, Schiller. Thank you so much for the GGs. I'm doing good, thank you, dude. Things are going well. How about yourself? Saint number 2. Who does number 2 work for?
Want to spare me over till another year. Want to spare me over. Want to spare me over till another year. Want to spare me over till another year. Want to spare me over till another year. Want to spare
So out of nowhere, this thing just sent out an SOS. Guess we got a real live ghost ship here, huh? Whoa. What the hell is this?
What the fuck?
I just saw someone in the woods.
Whoever it was, they're gone.
Okay, very good. Who's there?
I fashioned her with my own hand.
So that is interesting. So Schiller, with the Benz thing, so because in the Curator's cut, we don't get to decide whether or not Julia is patient and waits for the decompressing, because we didn't get to choose that and the game automatically chose that for her. It's very interesting because it would seem that the reason why she didn't end up dying from the bends is because she refused the alcohol. So that seems to be the deciding factor. If she drinks the alcohol, that actually seems to ensure that she'll die of the bends. Whereas if you drink the alcohol in that moment as Julia, then she will die from the bends later. So there we go. All of them survived, even Junior, but the funny thing is, in that ending, right, on the boat there, we only see the main characters we play as. We don't see Junior, one of the pirates who also survived. So I wonder what happens to Junior if he survives, because he's not on the boat with them unless he's in the hold or something like that. I don't know. Saint, who is number one? That's a good question. So you took band in all 4 years of high school and you had a classical music teacher. You think you're stuck in that period of music? Oh, that's definitely fair enough as well. Yeah. But that's cool that you took that many years of it as well. Sheila, yeah, the beer locks it in. Yeah, so that playthrough that I did where she died from the bends after decompressing, because I did the playthrough where I had her not wait and then I had her drink the alcohol. Saint, did she refuse? She did, Saint, yeah. Yeah, she refused in the Curator's cut to actually have a drink. So that saved her there. So there we go. So my thoughts on playing this game with the Curator's cut, definitely recommend it. If you haven't played this game with that Curator's cut, definitely recommend it, because it's really cool to play as characters at different points. So in the original story, you'll play as a character at this point and make certain decisions. Whereas if you play the Curator's cut, at that point in the story, you're not playing as that character in that moment, you're playing as a different character. Therefore, those choices you would have made as the other characters, you don't get to make those choices anymore, because you're playing as a different character at that point in time. So I really liked that dynamic, and it was a cool way to sort of like figure out a little bit of a canon sort of like playthrough, where it's like, playing the both versions and comparing them with each other, and then looking at it all and going, what could be the canon choice here as well? Sheila, you really need to take notes for the canon run. Oh yeah, dude. That'd be interesting to play it that way as well. To try and figure it out and see, what's what and all that kind of stuff. Alrighty then. So, that is the end of the playthrough of Medan. The next game that I'm playing is Dark Pictures Little Hope, but I'm going to be taking a break, and I'm going to take a long one because I'd like to get something for dinner. So I'm going to take a 1 hour break and then come back with Little Hope to continue my Rod-Legion-Ween October month of horror games. So, excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Brutus. I definitely will enjoy my break. And thank you, Sheila. I definitely will enjoy dinner. That's for sure. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you can't make it to the next stream in an hour's time, that's completely fine. Thank you so much for watching this stream. I'll be doing Little Hope next, and I'm not planning to finish the game in one stream, but I might end up finishing the game in one stream. So if you see me streaming Little Hope, then you know it's still Monday here. But if you see me streaming House of Ashes, then it's most likely become Tuesday. But in any case, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll be back in 1 hour to continue the marathon with Dark Pictures Little Hope. So now alcohol is a vasodilator and also speeds up the heart rate. This gives the nitrogen extra room to create bigger bubbles. Ah, so that's why if you drink the alcohol after not decompressing, that makes sense now, because I do remember they mentioned the bubbles in the blood. That's okay, Saint, for the stream. No trouble at all. I really hope that you have a good one. Brutus Monday, boo! I know, right? But thankfully, in about 5.5 hours, it won't be Monday here anymore. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be back in 1 hour with Little Hope.